Welcome back to Dig It Detecting. Now we have another site to go check out today. This site, I was just looking down there, there's bottles. But this site is basically linked and attached to the previous site that we're on, the beautiful old homestead sitting up on top of the hill there. And basically, look, this site, we'll say there was a school in the area, and basically this is where the school teacher, schoolmaster's residence house was. So very, very interesting. I drove past here the other day on approach to the landowner's property, to the other property, the old homestead, and I spotted this guy out in the paddock. And the first thing I said to the landowner when I got there, I said, mate, you don't know who owns the property with the bluestone chimney up the road there, do you? And he said, yeah, that's on my property too. You can get to that one when you like also. So here we are, and look at that. Look at that. There's the chimney. So it tells me the house was right here. And it doesn't look like it was a very big house by any stretch of the imagination. However, and look, if it was just a teacher's master's residence house, a lot of the time they were government funded. Not always. Sometimes the local community would chip in, raise the money, donate the land, what have you, and therefore create a school or a schoolmaster's residence. You got to remember, no cars back then. So if there was an isolated school way out in a district like this, you had to be living out here on site. So hence schoolmaster's residence. And as I said, a lot of the time they were government funded. They would apply for government funding through the Education Board to basically erect a schoolmaster's residence. And then, you know, sometimes they were pretty basic structures, and then other times over the years, depending on how long the school lasted for, generally they would upgrade them as the years passed. So all very interesting. I wonder where the bottle dump is here. Should be down in that swampy, low-lying section there. One would think. Look at the reeds and weeds that you got to deal with though. So it's never easy. Anyway, we're going to get the detector out. We're going to start doing a little bit of hunting, and who knows, pick up on a coin, pick up on a bottle, pick up on something. So let's get started. Okay, so we've got our first neat little find for the day, and as you can see there, we've got ourselves a little belt buckle. What a ripper. These are pretty run-of-the-mill, pretty standard for these old sites. However, always love finding them. And this hole here I just dug, and I've got an old bottle top with a bit of glass out. So when I first started the video, I sort of wandered over there thinking, that's strange, why have they got a hole full of rocks? And what I think's happened is they generally, out this area, the rocks are always a problem. You know, you dig anywhere, stick the shovel in anywhere, and you'll hit rocks. So what that looks like to me is it looks like they've removed the rocks, dug it out somewhat, and then thrown the rocks back in on top of whatever they threw in there. Possibly rubbish, because if we're getting rubbishy items down here, it's probably where they're coming from. So here's our next interesting little piece, little find, and look, to be honest, I still don't know what these are. Over the years I have dug quite a few of these, Look, they're coming out of old house sites. I've found them in the gold fields, I've found them in parks and everything, so I don't know what they are. They're always got the same sort of shape, design to them. They will have different details on them. You can see here, he's got like little mustaches on him. Mustache, your question. I don't know what it is though. I'd love to know. If you do know, be sure to drop a comment below and let me know. As I said, I found about probably a dozen of them now, and they've always had me questioning what they are. Okay, get excited. We've been here for 10 minutes and we've got our first coin. Well, it's not really a coin, it's a token. Check this one out. I'm sure it's a token. I've dug plenty of these in my time. 31 on the Equinox 800. And here would be the 36 millimeter diameter token. So let's have a look what we got, shall we? On the trusty clean pants. And if you look around me, see the cows have been sort of humming through the gateway here. They've been walking over this coin, over this token, for the last 100 odd years. So, oh my God, what a ripper, OH Heiberg, Argyle Street, Hobart Town. Wow, that's a little way from home. Colour stores, something colour stores. I've never seen one of these before. I was going to take a guess at what it was, but yeah, this is a new one to me. I've never seen one. Something House Hobart, something House Hobart. I cannot make that out properly yet. What we'll do is we will give them a very good clean up when we get home, and this is exactly the sort of history that I wanted to find and unearth for the owner. So this is an exceptional find, and I cannot wait to show the landowner here. He's going to love it. Rightio, we have another good target just humming along this fence line. You got to remember that fence was probably never there. I dare say it wasn't there. Anyway, venturing out into the paddock here has definitely paid off. Check this one out. Nice, short, sharp, simple target. He's only sitting on the surface there like that token sort of was. I'd say the cows have sort of been bringing him up. And look, I don't know if this is going to be a coin. No, he's not. He's the back of a fob watch cover. You can see that hint of silver. There you go. There you go. Wow, what a ripper. We got the teacher's fob watch. No initials on the back, unfortunately. Pretty cool though. There should be a lot of these too. You'll find hallmarks on the inside. Generally Birmingham, or the little lion representing England and Birmingham, where a lot of these watches and watchmakers were being, or watchmakers were making the watches. So Birmingham, England, very cool. Here comes the next one. I think this might be a token. I will say too, token, a little bit of token history. Tokens were brought here to Australia basically because the shortage of currency that we had here at the time. England was not sending out any money, or what little money they were sending out, it just was not enough. Especially, you got to remember, 1853, we had the gold rush in Australia here, or 1850 odd, we had the gold rush in Australia here. And it brought an influx of immigrants, miners, what have you, families. So more people needed more money. Hence where the tokens come from. Tokens are basically the merchant's answer to a lack of lower denomination currency. So, you know, it would have been okay for someone to walk in to a shop with a gold sovereign or a half sovereign, which they did exist and they were here at that period of time in Australia. But as a shopkeeper, you know, once you took that gold sovereign and gave the person the product or the goods, what were you going to also give them in return as change, a lower denomination currency change? And a lot of the time, they would either just write it off, the customer and the consumer would write it off, or basically you would get given, you know, a handful of tobacco, a jar of jam, a bit of sugar, a loaf of bread, whatever it be. That was all very good. But not everybody needed that sort of stuff, so people wanted their lower denomination change, basically. So that's where these tokens come in from. See that? It's really nice. 30, 31. Very short, sharp signal, and that's exactly what the tokens do. So do the rue pennies, but look, this site wasn't really existing for too long up through into the 40s, so I don't know how many rue pennies you're really going to hit on here. There might be likely to be one or two, but I wouldn't imagine there'd be too many. So it's more going to be silvers, coppers, tokens of the early type. So if we can find him. That's not it, that's a nail. What's going on? A little bit more digging required on this one. We'll try and find out whether it is even a token. Might even be just a bit of scrap yet. It's not a token at all. It's part of our fob watch, I think. It's the outside, yeah, it is too. It's the outside foldable lid cover, if you like. You can see those little bevels right around the edge. So, what was I talking about? Here I am telling you token history. It wasn't even a bloody token. That's all right. We got the other one just over there. So, and who doesn't love learning about history of these items that we find? I know I do. I was just looking at this water tank. Water tanks are always a good one to have rubbish thrown in them. As you can see, here would have been like a spindle of wire. There would have been wire just round and round and round that, probably barbed wire too. But yeah, look, these are, oh, there you go. These are always a great place for the old bottles, batteries, cans, shoes, anything. You can see part of an old rabbit trap there. That would have been the spring-loaded section. Yeah, no, look, amazing though. Oh, there's another bottle. They're not that old. By the looks, United Distilleries. Here's an old whiskey. What have we got down here? Oh, there you are. Taylor Chemicals. Whoa! Taylor Chemical Co. He's got the M and the AGM stamped on him. He would be later though. He would have the AGM Castle. So quite a later bottle. So generally AGM Castles from sort of 1930s onwards and upwards. So see that, you know that the bottle you've got is not that old. Anyway, there could be a lot more in here. Yeah, look at that. He's an oldie. So they have been dumping rubbish in here for quite some time. You can see the seam of the neck there. See that seam running up the bottle. Basically the seam, if it stops at the lip, you know the lip was put on later and the lip was applied later. If that seam, that line, continued to run right through the lip of the bottle, it means it's just basically a one piece and the bottle has been made like that. So that was a pretty bottle, wasn't it? Anyway, I wonder what else is in here. It's a bit hard with the bush and the tree sort of ripping into your face as you get in here, but anyway, we might just sort of see what else we can have a squiz at in here quickly. Alright, we've had a bit of a look in here. There's really nothing to be writing home about in here. I do think I can see a button there though. Look at that, there is too. You see him hiding there? I'll zoom in closer. There he is! Old Eagle-Eye Jack. See a button being thrown out there. It's just a wooden one. Nothing too special. You wouldn't have found him with the metal detector. So there you go. A pretty cool one though. You can come home and be put in the pocket. Basically though, a lot of these bottles, they're not that old. And what I like to do is, I love to take bottles home. However, why take bottles home that don't interest me that much? You know, and what I often think is these bottles will one day be found by someone else, and one day, you know, they will be considered old and very collectible. So why not let them enjoy finding them one day? You know, you just go taking everything, pillaging everything, or breaking what, you know. I've seen some people break these if they, you know, throw them away and break them. I try and be careful with them and just put them back to where I found them, because there'll be someone like my two sons in future looking to get onto these sort of old sites as well, and looking for these old pieces, relics of history. So it may not be very old right now, however in future that will probably be a nice old collectible bottle, and who knows, maybe my sons will pick it up in future. You never know. Okay, we've really found the spot to be at this site already, and we're only an hour in, which is quite good. You know, the other old homestead the other day, a beautiful grand old homestead. I was just struggling though, really struggling to find a coin, which sort of, it confused me in a bit of a way, but then again it didn't. Some sites are like that. Some of the sites that you think will hold the best history, be the best ones you've ever visited before, can sometimes be the most challenging, or sometimes be the most confusing. And look, I know other people have been there before to detect it. I know that there's been shooters over the years there, picking up on bottles and probably things that they've seen laying on the surface after a big heavy rain. So anyway, it's sometimes more the inconspicuous sites, such as this one, just a chimney standing out in a paddock, quite easily missed. Where you'll have more success, like that token, and now like the rue penny here that you see come out. So it's funny too, because I said before that there wouldn't be a nice bit of glass there too, come out with my shovel. But yeah, look, I said that before, there shouldn't be too many rue pennies here, because this was a schoolmaster's residence. I'm not too sure if anybody lived here afterwards. And as I said, the school shut down sometime in the 40s, so shouldn't be too many rue pennies here. more Britannias and Commonwealths. We'll see how we go. Oh dear, it's happening again. Everywhere I go, I dig holes, but everywhere I go I dig holes, I find glass. Always seem to end up where the dump is. And it was just me digging this target then. Yeah, that's the only reason I ended up here. This big old ladle soup spoon. And I heard the crunch of the shovel, and we've got glass. Oodles of it. Where there's glass, there's bottles. Where there's bottles, there's a happy Luke. So yeah, look, some interesting pieces. We're on the fence line too. There's another piece. That's an interesting piece. That's all. Looks like it's been melted or something. So, what do I do? What do I do? Do I dig? Do I keep digging? We're on the fence line, so it makes sense. That's generally where they plant them. There's some old bottles in here though. I can see some bases like that base there. He would have to be. You can see the impurities and crudeness in the glass. No name on the base. I dare say I'd put him in the late 1800s, which suits this site perfectly. So, oh God, everywhere we go, we find bottles. I've still got to get back to old Don's farm yet and dig out the bottles there, because there's oodles of bottles there to be coming out still yet too. It's just too wet at the moment. So, oh dear, let's just keep going. I might just dig down a little bit. See if we can find some glass. Well, I always say this, and then when I come back I end up with a massive big hole about 10 foot deep. So we'll see what happens this time. Someone come and stop me quick. I'm digging holes and I'm loving it. I'm loving it. We're pulling out some nice pieces too. We've got the old Schnapps bottle glass. We found one of those a few weeks ago in one of our videos. Unfortunately broken again. We've got the old spork. Well, it's not a spork, is it? It's just a two-pronged fork, a jabby. And look, we've got a few other bits of glass and what have you coming out. The old teacup handle, pretty cool. And I stopped there. I'm not doing any more. I'm not out here for bottles right now. I am in future. The owner also loves these bottles. I've actually spoke to him on the phone there last night, and he said to me, mate, one day when you're free, I would love to. He said I've got about a few boxes full of bottles that he's found around the farm here over the years growing up. So he said I'd love for you to check them out, have a look, see what you reckon, and possibly try and help ID a few of them, which I would love to do. I'd absolutely love to do. You know, that would be amazing. I can't wait. I can't wait to see what he's found. But also, hopefully, we can find a few more for him. So that'd be great, wouldn't it? Look, there's a neck that I missed. And he's an old sauce bottle or something, I would say. You see the ribs in the glass there. Bugger. Oh well, we'll just keep plugging away, and we'll come back another day and dig for a few more bottles then. So there you are. Looks like we've got the other half of the fob watch. Oh, the teacher had two. I'm not sure. How cool is that though? Another one to add into the collection. Next target is out. We've got a nice harmonica reed. What a long one too. Imagine playing a tune on that. So here we are, our next good target. Well, listen to this. Oh, not if I leave it in pinpoint. I've dug a lot of rubbish. I'm digging out a lot of the lower numbers. I'm digging 1 to 40 today. So I'm digging everything. And I'm even running that all iron mode horseshoe button, trying to help me basically distinguish between rust and good targets, because it is very, very hard in an area like this. The rocks even go off, the volcanic rocks send the detector off. I can show you if you want. It's just crazy. It's just every swing, it seems like there's 1,000 nails, rusty nails in the ground. So you really got to listen closely, listen carefully, otherwise you will just miss them. There he is, sitting on top. Not very deep at all. Made me wonder what he is now. He's not that deep. He's run off. Oh, there he is. Oh no, duped by a little washer. Those copper washers, God, they're buggers. They get me every time. Never mind, onto the coin, hopefully. I was just going to show you quickly, there's where we're getting all our interference from, and all our rusty signals. It's just crazy. There is just so much in the ground here, it's not funny. Let me give you a bit of a listen, shall I? So you can hear all that rust, and look, not all of it is rust. Sometimes those sort of negative signals can be basically falsing out on the volcanic mineralization in the ground, I find. And I find the best way to sort of combat it is running in that all iron mode. And it basically allows you to sort of really help differentiate what is iron, what is junk, and what is a good signal. A bit hard here too, because all that stalky grass sort of sticking up. So see there, nice clean signal, and then you listen to what's around it. There's stuff everywhere. I think that's going to be a bullet shell. We will dig him though. Oh dear, it's only going to be surface target. That bloke who stopped there before too, I'm not quite sure who it was, sort of pulled up, gave me a look, and headed off again. So don't know. I hope I'm on the right property. Wouldn't that be awkward? Here I am detecting, thinking I have permission for this property, and I'm on someone else's property. That would be awkward. It's never happened yet. Bit deeper. We'll go deeper then. Righto, so it wasn't deeper. We were just off target. Digging crazy. Don't know where we were going. I don't know what we've got here. Thought it might have been like a little copper band of some sort. Which is sort of what it looks like, but yeah, look, I don't know what its purpose or use was. Anyway, we're going to keep working, dig out those few more targets, and I think we might even call it a day. We've got our token, we've got our halfpenny, 1948 halfpenny. So basically, we might do another couple of runs up and down, and then put the detector away. I'd love to just have a quick scout around for some bottles, maybe under that pine tree, maybe walking up around those rock barriers. Maybe even go checking out that big old tree over there. So just see, look, I'm sure it's been done before. Just see if I can't pick up on something, and even take the probe and do a bit of bottle probing at the same time. Okay, check this out. Look what I've just found. Just keeping my eyes open, like always. We've got a little inkwell bottle here. I'm certain of it. I found a few of these in the past. Oh, he's going to be intact. Oh, he is too. What a bloody ripper. Isn't he beautiful? I absolutely love the little inkwell bottles. I've got a few of them at home, not too many. I've had to actually, look, I will say, if I see something cheap enough at a shop or a market, it's not something that I've found too many of over the years, I generally will buy them. And some of these I have actually bought in the past. You know, you see them for $4 and $8 and $11. You know, I probably wouldn't pay too much for them, but just amazing little inkwell bottles. So the high school, the school teacher up the road, the school teacher probably used this, writing out the children's reports, telling the parents how bad they'd been. Okay, so this is going to be our last target for the day. I sort of have to head off and do a job now, so we're going to leave it at that today. We've got a lot more time to be coming out here in future and doing some more. So there he is. That's the piece that we were digging for, and I'm just trying to sit there working out what it says around the outer ring there. Now you can see Clark and Co written there, number 22 on that side. Up the top there, I don't know what it says. It's like B, a B there, and then CHAGE or ACE, Chage, I don't know. CH and GE, I don't know. Definitely needs a better cleanup. So yeah, interesting piece. Bondo, number 22. Don't know. We are going to research him when we get home. He's got a thread there on the inside. So he's screwed onto something, and he's got a glass lid. You can see the fragments of glass still left in the outer wall there. So very interesting piece. And I'm sure if we punch that in on Google, Clark & Co, number 22, we will get a result and work out what it is. So you're going to laugh at me here, but you know what I'm like. I can't bloody just turn the detector off and walk back to the car. So I decided to sort of walk back to the car, detecting. We've got another coin. Check it out. It's a rue penny. I can tell it's a rue penny straight away by looking at it on that side there. Here we go, ready? Boom, 1958. Oh, that's a little bit later for this site then, isn't it? There must have been someone living here for a later period of time. And look at the condition, would you? A green patina, beautiful old coin. I know it's only a rue penny. You know, they're pretty. They're a dime a dozen. These. You can find these almost anywhere. However, what great condition! That is an absolute cracker, and one that deserves to be sat up on a mantelpiece and enjoyed. So check out the beautiful old beer bottle black laying on the ground there. All broken though. God. Oh no. Get a little kick up in the base. Yeah, very nice. He would have been a great old bottle to save, like that one that we got there the other week with that real crude base in the other week's video. So what we're going to do, you know me, we're going to do 5 minutes just in here and then we're going to get out of here. I promise. Okay, that is it. We are done. As I said, we weren't going to go forever today. It was only a quick short hunt, checking out a new site, the school teachers residence. So anyway, we'll give you a bit of a look at what we've got here, and then we're going to pack up and get out of here for the afternoon and do something else. So look, we've got a bit of the old glass up the back there. Pretty nice to see coming out, especially the old schnapps bottle there. We will be back to find a complete one of them in the future, I'm sure. Hopefully, fingers crossed, I should say. Anyway, a few of the other common culprits, as you can see, the lead, the tin, little bits of copper and brass, a few miscellaneous items, all to be expected. And the more we pull out of here, the more we will unearth the coins and the treasures and the good stuff. So anyway, we got the little old something. I don't know what this is. I'd love for you to know. As I mentioned when I dug it up, I've dug many in the past, but I still yet to ID what they are. So if you know, be sure to throw a comment in the section below. We also had the old Schrader made in England tyre valve. You can see 9253 there. That would just be a part number for this particular tyre valve. So the old spoon, nothing too special. It is stainless, which is cool. The old harmonica reef, and these are really cool too. You know, I always love finding them because it always makes me wonder who played it, who held it, who kept it in their pocket every day, and you know, what sort of tunes they used to play with it. In actual fact, I've nearly, you know, I've went into these old antique stores. I've nearly went and bought a mouthpiece harmonica to try and learn on myself. So the old fob watch backing covers piece, nice little buckle here. He will go through the tumbler and clean up very, very nice. Little button that we spotted in the dump there, little wooden button, quite a nice piece. Now this fella here, I've done a little bit of quick research, and to be honest, I'm not sure what it is. It had the glass on there pretty thick. I do believe it's sort of like it's screwed onto something. I do believe it's something for cooking or something. I don't really know, you know, like I did Google it. I need to spend more time researching what this piece is, and basically being able to understand and read those words properly. As you can see, we're still out in the farm at the moment, so I don't have my bicarb soda and I don't have my hot water to clean it up out here. So anyway, that'll be fine. Something we can work on in future, and as long as I know what it is in future and be able to let landowners know, I'm happy with that. So nice little inkwell bottle, few chips and cracks up the top to be expected on these guys, but what a ripper. He was found in the gateway there, as you've seen. So you know how many people have walked over it over the years, how many cows have walked over it over the years. And these clay bottles, ceramic bottles, they're pretty strong. But then again, you know, a big heavy cow weighing worth a ton stands on it. That would smash in half straight away, no worries, quite easily. I'm glad it didn't. Anyway, we've got the old spoon, the old fork, two-prong fork, bit of a weird one there, a few other miscellaneous random pieces, the old door latch piece or what have you there, the little copper band, and the shotgun shell. That is about it for the relics and what have you. Let's get into the coins. So we had the little halfpenny here. You've seen him come out 1948. Not too bad a condition, obviously. Pretty worse for wear, you know, considering this next one I'm about to show you. 1958, 10 years later. And look at the condition. Wow, wow. These rue pennies don't normally stay in this good a patina, this good a condition. Generally, they got a lot of that verdigris, copper cancer going on them, and this one's got none. So he's a ripper. As I said, he needs to go up on a mantelpiece there somewhere. Now, this token, I've dug well over 100 tokens in my time detecting. Quite a few, and but this is a new one. I've never seen this one. He's an OH Hedberg, and basically he's a Hobart Town 1 penny token, Argyle Street, Hobart Town. What a bloody ripper. And he's an oil and colour stores token, which makes a hell of a lot of sense for this site, doesn't it, considering this is the old school teachers masters residence. So yeah, pretty bloody cool. That is my favourite find for the day, and I'm sure the landowner will love to keep it, so which is quite all right by me. Anyway guys, that is about it for us today. We're going to wrap up the video now, head home, put away the gear. Remember, think lucky, dig clean, and happy hunting, and be sure to hit that like and subscribe button below, because we have so many more bloody amazing futures to get to, yeah, amazing sites to get to in future, I should say. Stuffed that one up, didn't I? Anyway, hit that button below, and I hope to see you there. Happy hunting guys, see you next time.